Good morning. I have to jump to it this morning because I have to cut y'all short. This whole week is going to be crazy train for Judy. Today I have to take the dogs to the vet and they have to be there at 8:30 and it takes me an no, they have to be there at 9:30 and it takes me an hour to get there, which means I have to leave my house at 8:30, but I have to do farm chores before I leave. So I am going to cut this short. And then on Wednesday, I will be traveling to, I forgot where, to a library, which means I have to do farm chores before I leave for the library on top of packing my car with animals. So Wednesday's live will be short too. My life will go back to normal. No, it won't, because in July I'm having surgery. So I may go live with black eyes and a big nose because I'm gonna have two splints in my nose. So I just ask y'all to bear with me while I get through this, but I have to work in June. Otherwise, my animals are not gonna eat. so so bear with me. Today I hear Larry. Also, after the vet, I have to come home, and Larry's going to the nursing home for 5 days. And the reason is because this whole week I have libraries every day, and I can't do both. Y'all know that. I don't even have to explain it. It is hard to manage taking care of someone that's basically bedridden, on top of trying to pay for my farm, on top of trying to do events, tours, field trips, libraries. It's hard. And so it's easier for me to put him in respite for 5 days because I can work to pay for my farm. And I know that he's being taken care of. So he's not dealing with this well. He's not, which piles guilt upon me. So it's like, you wish that you could make decisions. How do I put this? I don't know how to put it. It's like I can't. It feels like I can't win because I need to pay for my farm or I have to get rid of my animals. Like we have to go to work, right? Like it's not like your bills are going to get paid because your dad's dying. You still have to work. So, like trying to balance the two is difficult, and unfortunately Larry's not really in a place where he understands. You know what I'm saying? Like he has severe anxiety about me not being in his presence. Like he doesn't do well when it's not me. And so it makes a lot of pressure on me when he can't go, okay, I need to go to the nursing home because Judy needs to work. It's only for 5 days. I need to make the best of this for the 5 days that I have so that Judy can go work. Like his brain doesn't work like that. His brain works with, oh my God, I gotta go. Oh my God, I gotta go to the nursing home. Oh my gosh, I can't breathe. Like he has anxiety about it. And so it puts guilt on me. So, like, I can't go to the libraries with a clean heart. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult. It's very difficult on me. But at the end of the day, I'm the adult that has my full mind and I know what's best for everyone involved. And unfortunately, I have to make these hard decisions. It's like I'm the parent and I have to know that, okay, I can't leave you by yourself for 5 days. So you're going to have to go to respite. Otherwise, I have to get rid of all my farm animals and just take care of you full time. But where does that put me with my mental health? I have to have a life too. Like, I have to have a life too. So I'm trying to balance all this, which brings me to the top of what I want to talk about this morning. And that is basically, we've talked about starting over this, like in the past the past week, we've talked about how you say to yourself, okay, on Monday, I'm gonna, I don't know, start a diet because I'm tired of being fat, and you're all, gun ho about starting over. And then Monday comes and breakfast is good. You started over. And then by lunch, you're starving to death and you hate your diet and you fail. And then you find yourself having to start over all the time. Get in line. I bet every one of us have a testimony where we try to start over all the time. And it's like we all look, it's almost like, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but we all look for a magic pill to get us better. I'm depressed. I just need something for depression. Or I need to lose weight. I just need something to curb my appetite. Or I'm in addiction. I just need something to get me. If you just put me in rehab and get me off drugs, then I'll be fine. It don't work that way. There's no magic pill. There's no I can't wave the magic wand to make us better. I can't. I wish that I could. I wish I could say, hey, if you go buy this herb or take this formula, you're going to be 100% better. You're not going to have anxiety. You're not going to have depression. You're going to have willpower. You're going to have discipline. You're going to have all the tools that you need to get you better for whatever you're dealing with. But I don't. I just have a preaching stick. I don't have a magic wand. Look. We have this preaching. This today, it's like this cute pink color, and it's got a little bit of blue up here. But this isn't a magic wand. It's a preaching stick. Okay. It's going to take us working together, starting over 1,000,000 times, and putting one step in front of the other. And if you don't go through life with tools in your pocket, you're going to continue to search for the magic pill. And the magic pill doesn't come in the form of a pill. The magic pill is the tools that you put in your pocket to get you through the day. And if you don't put the tools in your pocket, you're going to continue to fail. Because life is difficult. Life is hard. Whatever you're dealing with, and I don't know, like I wished I sort of knew like what you guys were dealing with. I just know, like I always talk about myself because I don't know what each one of you are dealing with. With me, I'm dealing with balancing my life, trying to stay, right this minute, like let's check in, because that's one thing that you have to do in the mornings is you have to check in with yourself. And every time I go to counseling, the first thing I do is I check in. So to keep yourself balanced, the tool that you need to put in your pocket right now is I need to check in. I need to check in. And sometimes you need to phone a friend to check in. Like, I just need to check in. And when I say check in, the things that you need to ask yourself is, how are you feeling? Like, you woke up this morning, how are you feeling? Like, let's check in, Judy. Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Did you, what do you have to do today? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel lazy today because you don't want to get out of your pajamas today? Do you need to get chores done, but you just ain't feeling it? Like, check in with yourself. Check in with a friend. God, he is stomping. Let me look. Hang on. He's up early because he has anxiety about going to the nursing home. He's okay. So when I check in with myself this morning, this is how I'm feeling. Larry makes me feel guilty. Okay. That's what I'm telling myself. Larry makes me feel guilty for putting him in a nursing home. Okay, but let's stop for just a minute as we break this down. Is it Larry making me feel guilty, or is it me feeling guilty? I choose what I feel. So is it Larry when I sit there and check in with myself and I say, how are you feeling this morning, Judy? Larry makes me feel guilty. Okay. The tool that I need to pull out of my pocket is I need to break this down. Because sometimes how I feel turns into I'm mad. I'm just fixing to be blunt with y'all. So bear with me. Because when I check in, it goes like this. Larry makes me feel guilty. I am so mad at him for doing this to me. I am so mad that he can't see the crap that I do every day. Like how I'm trying to balance my life with having this farm and being a wife, and why can't he's a grown man. Why can't he get it together? Like, come on. I can't do it all. There's one of me. I need you to be mature and go to the nursing home for 5 days while I work. I'm mad. Okay. So the feelings I'm feeling is, first, I have guilt. Second, I have anger. So when those two emotions hit me, guess what comes next? I have anxiety. I have anxiety. So when I'm checking in with myself, I'm saying all these things to myself. Because what happens is I've sat and thought about him going to the nursing home, and I'm like, I wish he could go and I could just not worry. I wish I could just not worry about it. But I can't do that when I feel guilty. And I can't do that when I feel mad. So I don't know where my blush is. There it is. So when I begin to break things down, I'm like, okay, let's think for just a minute. When you're breaking something down, you've got to get in someone else's shoes. because you got to think like they think. Okay? So forget how Judy feels at this moment. So now I'm fixing to get in Larry's shoes. Larry is this frail man that basically has nobody but me and Larry. Larry never had children. Larry lived at home with his mother till he was 40 years old. Larry is an introvert. Larry has got a bit of OCD. He has anxiety terribly. And over the past 8 years of living with him, I have learned that he has lived undiagnosed. If I had people that lived up on the mountain that knew him sitting in a room with me, and I would say, if I said to them, tell me how Larry was growing up, they were going to say, he was really quiet. He was the nicest man ever. He never got in an argument. He never disagreed with anyone. He was the type of person that just went along with everybody. He would go to work and come straight home to his mother. And then if I begin to ask them questions about him, they're going to say he never dated anybody. He never had a girlfriend. He was very shy. He was a bit weird. When I've listened to stories, Larry had a best friend. And his best friend was nothing like him as far as like, he wasn't shy. He was outgoing. And him and Larry owned a race car together. And his name was Mike. And Mike used to race the race car. And Larry was just the bystander. But Larry owned the race car because Larry helped contribute financially to the race car. But Larry would not drive it. Larry just stood on the side and watched. Well, oftentimes Larry and this guy would travel to go to races. And they told me stories about Larry going into a hotel room for the first time. He's a grown adult, okay? He had never been in a hotel room because Larry never left the mountain. Larry went to work in Aniana and went home to Mama. And he worked the same job. His daddy got him a job when he graduated high school, and he worked the same job his entire life. He never really got promoted. He worked the same job his whole life. And Mike and his wife would go, they would go to hotels, and Larry would go. And Larry got into the shower, and he didn't know how to turn the shower on. He had no clue. He's never been in a hotel room. And they were telling me the story. They thought it was crazy because he didn't know how to turn the shower on. And it's because the house Larry grew up in was, I don't know what you call it, but old-timey. So the way you turn on the water in his house was different from the way you turn on the water in a hotel room, or probably that me and you take a shower. And he didn't know how to turn the water on. And this man was in his 30s and had no clue how to turn the water on. So when I take myself and I think, okay, I have this guilt, I have this anger, but I need to take the tool out of my pocket to get in his shoes. When I get in Larry's shoes, this is the first thing that I do. I picture him being scared to death. He's going, first of all, we're not in Aniana. We're in Coleman. He don't know Coleman. This is not home. And I'm fixing to take him out of what he calls home now and put him in this nursing home with a bunch of people around him he's never seen before in his life. And I just, if I put on Larry's shoes, this is how I feel. For someone that's not like me, that's an introvert, that man is scared to death. Because I'm putting him in a place where he knows no one. He's scared to death. And then, Larry's not a social butterfly. Like if you stuck me in the middle of the city, I would quickly make friends and I would quickly find my place because I would go socialize. Larry, no, he's not doing that. He's not doing that at all. Where I, when I graduated high school, I couldn't wait to get out of the house. Like I was the girl that was like, I'll work 3 jobs if I could get my own apartment. Like I couldn't wait to decorate it. That was me. Larry lived at home with his mama until he was 40. So when I get myself in Larry's shoes and I suddenly feel scared, I feel like my body's shaking when I become Larry. I feel anxiety. I feel sick. I feel sick to my stomach. I feel I know for a definite fact that Larry is on the spectrum and he's never been diagnosed. Now, granted, I didn't go to medical school. Okay. I did not go to medical school. And I'm making, I guess, an assumption because I've lived with him for 8 years. So I'm making an assumption, but you can't convince me I'm wrong. You can't convince me I'm wrong. But when I get myself in his shoes and I feel the anxiety and I feel scared, suddenly the anger goes away. The anger goes away, and I'm not mad at him for not understanding. But when I wake up in the morning and I check in with myself, the first thing I feel is not compassion. I feel anger. I feel guilty. I'm like, that son of a gun makes me feel so guilty. And I'm over here trying to keep my head above water, and he makes me feel so guilty. I don't know where my mascara is. I don't know where nothing is. Oh, there it is. When I first check in myself, I'm all over the map. I wake up a train wreck. But it's important when you wake up in the morning to check in with yourself. What are you feeling? But when you stop yourself and go, sometimes people don't really know what they feel because they don't slow down long enough to even notice what's happening inside them. They just go with the flow. It's important. That is a tool to check in with yourself, is a tool in your pocket that you pull out every morning and go, what are you feeling? Well, I didn't sleep well. Well, why didn't you keep asking yourself why? Why didn't you sleep well? Okay, you didn't sleep well. Why didn't you sleep well? What has happened to you in the past week? What have you been through? Keep asking yourself why. And you'll get to breaking it down. And then you're going to suddenly realize that, oh, last week was no. When you break it down, you're going to go, oh, Gary's birthday was last week and I'm really missing him. And it sucks living here by myself sometimes because my life was so different when he was alive. And I'm just feeling sad. That's checking in with yourself. And there's nothing wrong with feeling sad over losing your spouse. There's nothing wrong with that. Allow yourself to grieve. You're in grief right now. It's Father's Day. All you can think about is what a great father he was. Where it becomes a problem is when you get stuck in it. When weeks have gone by and you're still stuck. You're not moving forward. So then if you stop yourself and go, okay, I need to get in Gary's shoes right now. Gary's in heaven. I need to get in his shoes. What is Gary feeling? What would Gary want me to do with my life? If he could come down here as an angel and sit down beside me, what would he tell me? He would tell me, I'm okay. I want you to be okay. I want you to move forward. I want you to go make a difference in someone's life. I don't want you to grieve. I'm safe. I'm here. I'm your guardian angel. I'm here to protect you. I'm right beside you the whole way. If you open your eyes and put on some thick glasses, you'll see that I'm right here beside you the whole time. That's breaking it down. That's getting in someone else's shoes, but you've got to check in with yourself in the morning to know what is going on. It's important to check in because it helps start your day. But when as I get in Larry's shoes, suddenly the anger turns into compassion. And that is being the best version of yourself, is realizing I feel anger. I'm mad. The tool I pull out of my pocket is get in his shoes. Let's back up. Let's talk about Gary. If you got yourself in Gary's shoes and you were down here on earth grieving, can't get out of the house, can't eat, crying all the time. If you got in Gary's shoes and Gary's looking down at you and you're a total train wreck, okay? You're like grieving, you're crying, you're like, I can't do anything. Imagine if Gary could see you and you're like that. Imagine for a minute how he would feel. It reminds me of how Larry feels when he can't see me. When Larry can't see me and Larry doesn't know I'm right in the next room, he starts asking people, "Where's Judy? Where's Judy?" If nurses come in here and I'm not here, the first question he asks them is, "Where is Judy?" And I can't prepare Larry. If something happened to me, I don't know what Larry would do. Because I'm going to tell you, for Shane and I, it is the saddest thing. Because his family doesn't visit. No one calls and says, "Are y'all okay?" When I say no one, I'm talking about family. Okay? No one calls and says, "Are you okay? Is Larry okay? What are y'all going through?" No one. But let me explain something to you. The day Oh God. Okay. I can't cry. I got to go to the doctor. The day that Jason came to my farm and filmed my farm. Scout's honor that I will not cry. Because I have to go to the vet, and that last thing I need is big old bags under my eye. The day that Jason and Brooke came to my farm, I had no idea what was about to happen to me. The day that the video was posted of them coming to my farm, and Jason said, "Y'all go follow Sneed's farmhouse." My YouTube page was flooded. Overnight, I had 12,000 new subscribers. And that day changed my life. I can't, Scout's Honor is just going out the door. My life totally changed that day. Because Larry gets in the mail. Y'all have become his family. He gets cards. He gets cookies. He gets pencils. He gets gift cards. He gets word search books. He gets clothes from you. People that have never met him a day in his life. I've never even set eyes on him. And as he goes to the nursing home these next 5 days, do you know the messages I'm getting? The center that comes every Wednesday, they can't come this Wednesday because I'm at a library. So you know what the center's doing? The center's going to the nursing home Wednesday to see Larry. All 15, 20 of them. Driving a bus to the nursing home, going into the nursing home to visit Larry. The center is doing that for Larry. Not his family, the center. One of Larry's nurses messaged me. One of Larry's nurses messaged me last night after hours to say, hey, when Larry gets to the nursing home, will you tell me what room? Because I'm going to come visit him twice. She's not coming to visit him to take his vitals or check on him. She's coming to visit him to see him. One of the workers, Shayna, that's been helping me with Larry while I go to the libraries and stuff. Her mom works at that nursing home. The last time Larry went to the nursing home, he got sausage biscuits from McDonald's. He got snacks. She took him everything, taking care of him. Sometimes family, I've realized this through social media. If you sit and you're like Larry and your family never comes to visit, let's just say, okay? I'm here to tell you that the backup dancers are here for you. Your family may not be blood related, but there's a family right here at Sneed's Farmhouse. There's a family. There's a family at Cog Hill Farm. There is a family that you have. It may not be your sister or your brother, but it's so much better, to be honest with you, because there's, you know how, like, unfortunately, some families, there's a lot of judgment. You know, maybe you were a certain way when you were a young kid, let's just say, and your brother or sister can't let go of something that happened 40 years ago, and they still are mad at you to this day. You know, I'm talking about family does that. It's terrible. It's terrible. There is no judgment here. I'm here to tell you right now. If somebody is, let's just say this. I'm going to throw this out here. If a backup dancer, just in conversation, okay, not meaning anything bad, it says, oh my gosh, this water is so heavy, like I'm having trouble getting the water in my house. A backup dancer is going to go, I'm ordering her a water filter right now for her sink so she can have fresh water so she don't have to carry those water containers. That's a backup dancer. A backup dancer is like, oh my gosh, let me just tell you. I heard her say she wanted a journal. I'm sending her a journal so she can write down. That's a backup dancer. A backup dancer is like, oh my gosh, Larry loves cookies. I'm sending him cookies. A backup dancer is, hey, my daughter passed away and I can't get over it. And then I go out there and look, and Rhonda's messaging her, hey, I know how you feel, blah, 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 blah. That's a backup dancer. A backup dancer is like somebody that is there for you. But I'm here to tell you right now that if you don't put yourself out there to get to know the backup dancers, you're going to sit on your couch alone. You got to show up. You got to check in. Checking in is important. If you don't check in, no one knows. No one knows how to help you. No one knows how to comfort you if you don't say it. We're all here for, we may not sit here and chit chat on the telephone, or we might not know each other's phone number, or we might not, but I'm here to tell you right now, on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, if you show up and you comment, you're gonna get loved on. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is not a backup dancer here that if one of you needed something, we would all come as an army and help you. It's proven with Larry. Larry feels so loved by you guys. But if I didn't put Larry's story out there, Larry would never have the love because you wouldn't even know who Larry was. Healing out loud is, it's not everyone is comfortable healing out loud. I'm very comfortable healing out loud. I tell you all my business. I'm very honest, I'm very raw, I'm very truthful. I say it like it is. Not everyone has, oh Lord, not everyone has the strength to heal out loud. But I suggest that you pray about it. Because when you heal out loud, people know how to help you. When you're Larry and you live like this, and you don't know how to say how you feel, and you don't know how to say what's wrong with you, you're going to live a lonely life. You are. I don't want you to be alone. I tell you my business because I care. I tell you my business because I want you to know it's not just you. Rhonda, hang on. I just went brain dead. Is it Stacy? Hang on. I hope I get it right. Stacy. Yeah, I knew it was Stacy. Stacy, I think this is right. Names start running together for me, so just bear with me. But Stacy posted on YouTube that she lost her daughter, and her life has never been the same since the loss of her daughter. her saying that is a huge step, because when you backup dancers start reading the comments, you're going to go, oh gosh, Stacy lost her daughter. And then, Stacy, by you healing out loud and saying that, then people are going to check on you. Like Rhonda did. Rhonda checked on you as soon as you said that. I went and saw the message. And I'm like, that's what a backup dancer is. That is the mission that I'm trying to accomplish with Sneeze Farmhouse on social media. I want it to be a safe place. I want it to be a place of refuge. I want it to be a sanctuary. I want it to be nobody cast judgment. And I don't really have a bunch of fighting on my page. I'm very fortunate. People are kind on my page. Now, there are times when things go viral and people are ugly, but they're not backup dancers. They're just Facebook people, or I don't really have, I've never had anything go viral on YouTube, so I really don't know what that would be like, but it's a safe place here. It's safe. All right. This is the deal. Sitting it out is waking up a train wreck and staying a train wreck. That is sitting it out. Dancing is in the mornings. I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to check in with yourself. I am going to tell you two things real quick. Let me go find it. Hang on. I want you to try something. Let me go find it. Give me just a second. There is an app. It is free. Okay, let me go find it. I'm going to type it right here. Okay, that is the app. It's called Merlin Bird ID. It is free. I believe that that app can bring you to mindfulness. What it does is you turn on, if you hear birds chirping, okay, you can turn on this app and it's going to tell you what the bird is that's chirping. Okay. There's two things that's helping me. Is I received in the mail, when you're a YouTuber, people send you emails and they're like, hey, if I send you this, will you do a review on it? I got this bird feeder, okay, in the mail. And it has 2 cameras on it. All right. So I can see these birds, and they're beautiful pictures. Okay. I can see these birds on my app that land on my bird feeder. Between that and the app, you would not believe how listening to a bird can bring you to mindfulness. I go out there to my chickens and my turkeys and my geese and my ducks and my animals, and I sit down in the farm and I just close my mouth and I hear bah, moo, cock-a-doodle, and it brings me to mindfulness. Now, I know not every single one of y'all have a farm, so you can't hear a moo, but that app will allow you to listen to the birds. You can go in the darn park. You can go sit on your back porch and do this. So you don't have to necessarily have a farm to get to mindfulness with an animal. All this is free. Now, the bird feeder was not free. I don't even know how much it cost, okay? I know it's not cheap. But maybe for Christmas or your birthday, you can ask your kids or your husband or your friend or whatever, hey, I want a bird feeder with a camera. It will bring you to mindfulness. So in the mornings, when you go out there with that app and you listen to the birds, I want you to check in. And that's what I call dancing. Checking with yourself, noticing how you feel, noticing what's giving you anxiety, putting those tools in your pocket. That tool that I'm giving you today to help you to dance is checking in with yourself in your pocket. And that's what I call dance. I will see y'all Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. And I love y'all. And I'll see you then. Bye.